people could be such and such type of way. And I know life is about how you make it. I know a lot how, life is a reflection of you. But hi guys, welcome back to Shema Saba. Just because I titled this video doesn't mean that that's the reason why I'm not dropping videos. I had just been on a little hiatus. I don't know if many of you guys are like me, but I am an introverted person. And I don't know if you guys are introverted or not, but I'm a very, very real deal textbook definition of an introvert. But with me, I'm kind of good with one-on-ones, but with groups of people, it just doesn't mix right. Okay, so before I get into all of that, I want to dive into this video topic. It's about why I don't really like talking to people. But before you think I'm some type of social recluse, I am very particular about who I like to talk to. And if you hear any noise, it's my little cat, little Aura I got here. I feel like this is a safe space, and I'm just gonna speak my honest truth of living on this earth as a human being. People can be such and such type of way. And I know life is about how you make it. I know a lot how, life is a reflection of you. But this is one of these instances in life that I just have a struggle with, right? So, and I know the meaning and it's important to have connections and yada yada yada. In conversing with people, there's a lot of times you have you don't know people's ulterior motives, and just being the way that I am, I'm kind of very empathic, and I'm the type of person who wears my heart on my sleeves, and I'm the type of person who's very accepting. And that mix of being the way that I am, I run into a lot of type of kind of like people who like to take advantage, but I see them, so I know how to remove myself. But right now, currently, I'm working on how to dominate those areas of my weaknesses, like when I am interacting with certain type of individuals. And I know this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. But I hope you guys are catching up and understand what I'm saying. This takes a lot for me to do. I don't really hear too many people saying these type of things. I don't hear too many people talking about this type of topic. I hear people say they're introverted, but just downright outly just saying that, hey, I don't really like talking to people, and this is because of my dynamic, my situation, and I run into certain types of people over time. I know it becomes from my upbringing with my parents and, this long story. But here we are. I'm living this way, and it's just something I'm working on. I don't like superficial conversations. Superficial conversations can take you, I know, so far in life. A lot of times a big group of people, number of people tend to really like superficial conversation. They like to talk about the weather. They like talking about their children. They like talking about the sports team. They just talk about it and they just go on and on and on the level of superficial conversation. There's never about why. I'm the type of person who searches for the why. And the why, I think the reason why I like the why is because I like the way how people's mind work. I like to know how things work. Instead of just saying, oh, this happened. That doesn't get me roused up. And if I don't have that, I tend to not really enjoy conversations. I'm pretty good at having one-on-one conversations with people. I know how to, for example, if the conversation is going a little bit superficial, I know how to do whys. But in particular, when I'm in group situations, me being the introvert person that I am, it's hard for me to set the tone. I may throw a question out there and ask the room, but it's just kind of hard for me because sometimes I can be a little bit shy in my demeanor, and then the way in which that I do think. So I'm the type of person where I don't believe in there's a fixed answer. I believe there's flexibility. So I'm not so stuck in my thoughts. I'm not rigid. I know that there's multiple reasons why one thing may happen. So it may come off as me being passive, and then I can be a little bit dominant in social interactions and stuff like that with people. But look at me, guys. I'm really showing you guys all of my little red or yellow flags right now. I'm being very super vulnerable with you guys. But the reason why I'm being vulnerable with you guys because I know that eventually I'm going to overcome this. By me not being able to control these group dynamics and these conversations and this, that, and the third, it kind of just makes me want to just avoid social gatherings, social interaction altogether. The next thing is that my energy levels do tend to get drained quite fast, but it's a lot better than in the past. It's kind of like a muscle, but at the same time, I feel that I have to listen to my body. And if you don't listen to your body, problems can show up later down the line. Sex, for example. If I'm in social gatherings, most of the times we're not being ourselves when we're at home in front of people. Like there's multiple faces that we show, that we present. We have the face that we were ourselves, we have the face that we show our family, we have the face that we show like work colleagues and just like friends and stuff like that. So with me, I can only not be the face I show myself for too long without being exhausted. And it's because the way in which that I am is completely different from how most people interact, and I feel that I am stretching who I am to match the room quite drastically, like a lot. And so that for me, it can be very, very, very draining. I know it's like important to be around social situations, but this is just like, for instance, like if you're at work, you cannot control the people you're going to be around with. It's just like something that could be kind of hindering for me, that can really drain my battery. Me talking about this right now is draining my battery. And another thing is like what I mentioned quite earlier, is like the people pleasing stuff. Now, me people pleasing is just me being very courteous. I don't know if it's my southern hospitality or just like the way that my parents raised me, but I can be very courteous to people. And I noticed that the same is not shown for me. And so that, and being around people who are raised the same way you raised, who just show the same amount of courtesiness, I have to get outside myself and assert these boundaries. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest. I tend to, even if somebody may be like a little snark, rude comments, this, that, and third, I low-key feel kind of bad to be mean back with them. I know how it feels like when someone does it to me, or I just know how that feels. So I don't want to put that feeling onto someone else. And this is like something I came to the realization, and it's just that it's in a way healthy to make people feel uncomfortable, especially like when you first get to know someone or something like that. Like when I first get to know a person, I'm very, very, very courteous, and I'm pretty sure like most of you all are. But when a person says something rude to me for the very first time, and I catch it like right then and there, I'm learning that it's good for people to feel that sense of uncomfortableness, and that will be okay. They don't, they don't have to, they'll make it, and it's actually healthy for them because it's teaching you like, okay, if I do this, then this is going to happen. And it's crazy because my mind doesn't work like that, but I come to a realization that this is like what's needed. And this is something that I used to struggle in the beginning. It's just the fear of judgment. And that comes from just like a little bit of a low self-worth about yourself when it comes to social interaction. Like me on my own, I think I'm this amazing person. But me, when I'm interacting with people, I may feel that they may not think I'm the best conversationalist. So that fear of being perceived and that type of mentality can make me feel not as confident about my capability to like interact and stuff like that. So for example, if I'm saying something awkward or me responding to something, is something that makes me not want to really socially interact with people. Lastly is authentic conversations. I'm not the type of person who just wants to have chit chat. I'm not the type of person who just want to talk about negativity. I like to just, when I'm out and about, I don't want to be like, ugh, I don't like this. Those type of people who have like a problem with everything, but they think it's cute. I'm not that type of person, because that type of stuff can stick onto you, can latch onto you, where you just start hating everything. And I'm the type of person where I want to be optimistic. I want to love the things that I do. I want to get joy, get pleasure out of the stuff that am around or things that I do, but I do notice that, you know, I tend to attract certain types of people who are type of like have a negative mentality about life. It just makes you not want to be their authentic selves. It makes a person not want to laugh, enjoy. And so these types of things, all of that makes me not really want to just interact. Okay, so now onto what I have been doing to get outside of this not want to talk to people is that number one is that I'm setting realistic expectations. I'm learning that I don't have to be the life of the party, you know, and that it's okay to have a few meaningful conversations with people like on the side or interactions that I had. If I'm in a social gathering and just like focus on those conversations and those experience, those moments, instead of feeling like overlooked and unheard when I'm in a group dynamic and there's just like so many extroverted people who are talking, asserting myself, asserting my power that I have power to, and showing it. And it may not look like how everyone else's power is displayed, but I have a right to be here. I have a right to have opinions. And over time, I know right now, like these type of things, it seems like a lot sometimes to do, but I know that over time, it'll come like natural, second nature to me. And next is choosing my battles. So choosing the interactions I do want to have with people. Let's say for social gatherings, if I'm being invited to somewhere, I don't always have to show up, and it's about quality and not the quantity of times that you interact with people. Say for example, like if I'm into sewing, I'll go to events where people can talk about sewing or just type of things I'm into and have those interactions with people and have like a lot of one-on-ones and with people that are like-minded. That's making me over time enjoy interacting with people. And another thing is start to realize that I can arrive later to events, therefore I can avoid the introductions and introducing myself to multiple people. Like when you go to an event, it's so awkward to me. So this one I've been learning is to pay more attention to what people say, actually engaging, hearing what they're saying, and asking follow-up questions. This is how you gain allies. This is how you don't feel so left out. It's just by paying attention to what people are saying, knowing that I have the right to be there and have a right for my opinions. And this not only fosters healthy relationships or alliances, this also helps me to understand different viewpoints and just to appreciate people more, which can also, whenever I contribute to conversation, I can help like them to support me as well. So just pretty good to pay attention to what people say and show and actually be interested in what people say as well. Not always it's going to happen to you because not everyone is the same, but it's good to have that. And lastly is that I'm learning to have self-compassion for myself as I look over, you know, the end of the day, just start to have compassion for myself and notice that the ways that I am improving, and also having compassion for other people who may not be the best social conversationalists as I am not as well. So just having compassion for people because we all are human, and to also just begin to care about people and to give people time and be patient with people. You know, not everyone is born as an introvert. Not everyone just starts off as like not talking to people. A lot of times people who are like myself, things have happened over the course, maybe one big thing have happened, or just maybe of course of their lives, they began to feel this way. Because believe it or not, I used to be a very extroverted person when I was younger. Just life experiences has happened that made me feel kind of like, I don't really want to talk to people. I don't want to feel fool with people like that because XYZ happened and it keep happening. But now that I am an adult, I do have the right to, I have the capacity to change things, to rewire my brain, and to, you know, have a control over my life and experience it the way that I want to experience it before I leave this earth. Not saying there's anything wrong with being an introvert, or not saying there's nothing wrong with not like talking to people as much, but it's just like something that me in particular that I want to change over time. And I'm also just giving myself grace and the people around me to understand how I am and also have patience with me. So there you have it. These are the reasons why I don't really like talking to people, but at the same time, you see the things I am doing. So if you guys see yourself in similar situations like me, can you leave a comment? And if you have any suggestions about how I can improve, because these things I've been doing, they've been working, but I would like to know if you guys have anything else to include so maybe I can try it out. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Peace.